more so than any year I can remember. You've got a little laryngitis.
Just a little bit.
I'm actually louder than you today.
Thank you. Well,
These are gorgeous. These are the butterfly bushes. We don't have a lot of them. It's the perfect time of year to go ahead and make a decision. You're going to get 3
pots.
different colors and 3 different pots.
Correct. So you get 9 plants total. These are the highest performing butterfly bushes that we have, and that's why we married them together.
Okay.
Because it is an absolute riot of color all summer long, and they come back every year.
They are stunning. First of all, the flowers are shaped differently. They're delicate. We were talking about fragrance and trying to describe this. Some flowers are very strong.
Yes.
Like a rose is a rose.
Correct.
This is like fresh summer linen.
Indeed it is.
But they will draw butterflies.
And
like
hummingbirds.
Oh, that's
and
even
they're
better.
great cut flowers. They'll also grow in poor soil. So if you don't want to spend any money on the soil,
okay,
this is one for you. Also, another perennial that grows in poor soil is a daylily. So if you don't like to build beds, those are the 2 for you.
Let me show you what you're going to get. And the first thing I want to mention is it is Cottage Farms. These are guaranteed. This is how the plants will ship to you. You're going to want to plant them about 4 to 6 feet apart, and each one will get to be about 4 to 6 feet in height. What you're seeing in front of us is second-year growth.
That's correct. They grow rapidly and they will bloom like crazy the very first year.
Okay.
That's what I love about them. I plant these either in containers. They're great also in the back of your perennial border or your annual border. If you've got a small garden, you want a lot of color.
Impact.
This is a way to go. And if you're a first-time gardener, look at all those colors. This should be your first flowering shrub because it's the easiest of any flowering shrub that we offer.
It's a win-win all the way around. The price on this, I think, is absolutely amazing because we're talking about 3 of them. The shipping and handling, that's included. We've had 28,000 of these that have been purchased, and yet it's the first time that Philip has been able to bring them to Morning Q Live. Here we are 33 minutes after the top of the hour. Most butterfly bushes are a single color.
Correct.
Which can be stunning.
They're pretty.
But when you mold them together, this is 3 different plants in each individual pot.
Custom combined by Cottage Farms. You won't see this anywhere else. This is what we do. We do the designing. I design for my clients. This is what I call job insurance for me. When I put these on a project for one of my clients, I don't care how much money all the neighbors have, they can't get this because they have no access to it.
Okay.
I put this out. If you bought the colors separately and put them side by side, you still don't end up with this blend.
Yep.
The small plants grown together form what is basically a flower arrangement that happens to be a bush.
Well, this is where the science of what you do comes out so extraordinarily well.
Thank you.
That all 3 of these different colors, you'll see blues, you'll see purples, and it's almost like a velvety maroon color.
Would you like to have a little glass of Cabernet with me?
That is exactly what it is.
There we go.
They have to get along so well in the sandbox together,
Right.
and they do. You're going to get 3 bushes. So think where you will put these. I would highly recommend that you put them somewhere where you've got seating nearby so that you can sit back, relax, watch the butterflies,
Correct.
watch the hummingbirds.
It's just an absolute treat. You've got a constant source of cut flowers too. It's good curb appeal. These are pest-free. If you don't like to use chemicals, this is the one for you.
Deer
And
don't like them.
The deer will not touch them. No insects get on these. And also, say if you don't want to build a flower bed,
Right.
you don't have to. These will grow in any kind of soil. And if you forget to fertilize, guess what? They still bloom.
Nice. Easy and better.
Yes.
But
And that's
that-
what I like. The older I get, the more I want it that way.
But this is very high-end appeal gardening. Again, for your clientele, and I know we can't mention names, but what Philip does is he works with some of the most successful people in America, especially up in the Northeast,
Right.
and designs gardens for them, and then turns around and does the exact same thing for us, because you will not find these 3 different butterfly bushes combined into one plant anywhere else.
Indeed, and you'll get a growing guide that tells you all about it.
Right here.
Right there. So follow your growing guide, and the first season, do fertilize them with our bud and flower booster,
Right.
which is a good thing to do, and you should have these results for years and years to come. This is a great look to have.
3 of these bushes This is what we'll ship to you, and it will ship, by the way, at exactly the right time of year for you to go ahead and plant them, either into the ground or what we've done is we have them in planters here. But these bushes, this is second year growth.
Precisely.
And they come back every year. You buy them once. This becomes the defining area for a backyard. Curb appeal.
Right, or even a small deck area. If you just have a small garden, you need big impact. You also want to have something that's different. You can, of course, go to the box stores or even the grocery store and buy plants. And it looks nice, but it's not different. It's not extraordinary. You know, there's a lot of average out there.
Yes.
I'm not interested in any of that. Not a bit.
I think this is one of the best values that you bring to us. There's a reason why 28,000 of these sets have been purchased already this season. But if you wait on it, they're going to be gone. It is basically a limited edition plant. They have to do all of this by hand.
We do. And then once they're done, they're done. But people have gone wild over these because the non-gardeners have success with this. So if you're a first-time gardener, this should be your first flowering shrub. Look at those colors. Oh my goodness. The blooms, by the way, are over 12 inches long. Add to your flower arrangements. You've got to have the spiky things in there to go with your daisy flowers and all of that.
And they're a different look, and everybody needs shrubs. Flowers alone won't do it.
Right.
You know, this is what gives a sense of permanence and substance to a backyard landscape. And it turns out it's one of the easiest things to grow in all of our inventory.
And I use them in coastal areas too. If you've got a
sandy soil,
soil, clay soil, part shade, full sun. So if you want a whole lot of color going on, this is a way to do it. If you've got a rental house that you want to make look really nice, that's a good thing too, because they will take care of themselves once they get established.
And it's not just visual. Again, each one of these three individual colors could be purchased, but that is kind of bland once you've seen the three together. And then they offer you the fragrance that draws in the butterflies, draws in the hummingbirds. What a great price.
Yes, indeed.
Now,
and they're not going to ship to you until it's perfectly safe to plant in your area. Take a look at our zone map, pick your area of the country out off to the right-hand side of your